I'm a mom of three and I'm so lonely. This doesn't make sense, right? A lot of people would be like, how on earth can you be lonely when you have three kids? Like, those kids are already supposed to fill in all the holes and things like that. A lot of people seem to focus so much on the good part of motherhood that we rarely talk about the bad part. I'm going to be sharing with you the other side of motherhood. One thing a lot of mothers who confess to is dealing with loneliness, and this comes in so many, not bad part per se, but just the hard part of motherhood. And that is what I'm going to do in this video, different ways. And I just decided to come and have a chill conversation with you guys, my dear mommies and daddies, if any, about that, because this is something that a lot of women are dealing with and they really don't get to talk about. So if you like to see what I have to say, just keep watching. Hi guys, my name is Kenna. You're welcome to my channel. Please sit down, chill and relax, because this video is just a laid back one, okay? So before you start watching, if you're not holding water or drink or anything, get something. Let's drink together, let's cheers, let's have this conversation, because I feel like I want to put it all out there how I really feel as a mom and all that. I just want to share my experience, how I feel about this whole thing, how it's affecting me and all that. I just want to talk about it with you guys, and you also know how this goes. As I'm telling you guys how I feel and all that, please you can also tell me how you feel, how you're dealing with some of these things. If you can relate with any of these things, you can go ahead and just tell me in the comment section, because in that way I get to feel like, oh my god, at least I'm not alone. Okay guys, so let's go straight into this video. I will be talking in relation to myself, because yes, I can only talk about myself because that's my greatest experience, right? Growing up, I have always wanted to be a mom, a wife. I've always wanted it. I've never hidden that fact. I'll tell a lot of people, I really want to be a mom. I can't wait to be a mom. I can't wait to have my own kids. I can't wait to have my husband be in my home. So it has always been that thing that I have always been passionate about. I've always loved babies growing up. I love to play with kids, like my cousin's children. All my cousin's children, they used to love me because I was always that baby person, that person who is so into babies and all that. I could not wait to just have my own. So when I got married, I wasn't one of those people who was going to be like, oh no, let me sit and wait first before I have children, let me enjoy my husband. I was not going to enjoy any husband. I was just like, the second I get married, I am getting pregnant. But guys, because of one little slip, I actually got pregnant before I got married. So I got married when I was already 4 months pregnant. I was excited, like, oh my god, I cannot believe this is happening. So I'm getting married and then I'm having a baby. Oh my god, everything is going as planned. I am so excited. I cannot wait to have my own baby. The second I discovered I was pregnant, I became mommy obsessed. I was doing research about babies, just everything baby, because I'm totally the baby person. So went through the pregnancy. My pregnancy was good, no complications, nothing, and I go ahead and have a baby. When I had the baby, I would say like the first 1.5 months, I really did not come to the realization like, oh my god, you have a baby. My mom and my aunts were there, so they would help me a lot. All I had to do was get up in the morning, take my bath, feed the baby, go back and sleep, like just chill. But what I used to try to do at night was to ensure that I take care of the babies on my own at night, so that when I wake up in the morning, my mom and my aunts could go ahead and continue taking care of the baby for me. Like, that's how we're managing it. I'll try to let them sleep as much as possible, so that if I get up in the morning, I could just rest, relax, feed the baby, chill out and all that. And it was going fine, guys. It was going fine, because when you're having a baby, especially your first baby, a lot of people are coming in to see the baby. When it's your first baby, so many people are coming into the house, like, I've come to see the baby. So the house is always full. I'm always receiving people. Like, you're just so overwhelmed. So you don't realize what it really means to have a baby. Okay, you don't realize what it really means to have a baby at that point. Then as the months are going by, the number of people coming to see the baby starts reducing, because almost everybody has come to say hello to the baby. My mom and my aunts had to leave, so everybody goes back, and then you're left now with your husband and your baby. And then that is where life begins. When my mom and my aunt left, that is when I understood what it means to be a parent. That is when I started understanding. See guys, when you don't have a baby and when you have a baby, it's like night and day. the difference was clear. It's like a whole life change, and it takes a lot for you to just balance up to this new style of life. Like, guys, it was not easy. Just imagine you're single, you go where you want to go, you do what you want to do, you're not responsible for anybody, you're just living your best life. All you have to think of, if you're hungry, you just go ahead and eat. If you want to sleep, you go ahead and sleep. But then you have this adorable little human who is completely dependent on you. As in, if you don't feed the baby can't eat. If you don't bathe them, they can't bathe themselves. Like, you are completely responsible for this little human. And then you're like, okay, I didn't know that this is how it was going to be, guys. Because you really don't feel those things when you still have your mom here. The thing about Caden was, we did exclusive, but he did not take my boobs. So he would generally take from the bottle. So I could easily just leave him with my mom and run and do errands and things like that. But then when my mom went, that is when I understood that, okay, you can no longer do that. You cannot leave him and go and do errands. You cannot do that. In short, you have to carry him if you're going anywhere, because I had this lady who was working for me, but she would generally clean and wash. So if I had something to do, I could not leave her with the baby and say, I'm ready to go and do the thing, because she has things she has to do. So that is when my brain started gathering, all those things I used to like to do. Imagine if you're one of those people who likes to probably play lawn tennis or play a sport or go to the gym or just do things. You have your hobbies, go to the movies. You cannot just do that when you have a kid, especially when it's a newborn. You cannot do those things, because at this point, when you just give birth to the baby, like I would say, like almost the first 6 months of the baby's life, you're supposed to be there. That's for me though. I don't know, do you agree that like for the first 6 months of the baby's life, you have to be there as in 24/7? Because that is how I saw it, that is how I see it. So I was completely there. It just drained me. It's at this point where you start, some of your relationships start suffering, especially if you're in a situation like majority of your friends are still single, they don't have kids and things like that. Those relationships start having a little strain, because your friend who is single still has to continue living her single life. She's not going to come now to start living like you who just had a kid. So you start feeling excluded from stuff. And if your friends don't get married and start having kids really quick for you to even be joining with them and hanging out and even having things to talk about with them, sometimes you just find yourself in your corner. And this was what happened to me completely. For me, I got married when majority of my friends got married. Almost all of us got married at the same time. And then to worsen it, we were not like in the same town. We're just spread around different corners of Cameroon. So I did not really have a friend present like physically. The only friends I had present were my single friends. I had Seraphine, who she used to enjoy life. She would go and enjoy her life. She's not going to come and sit there so that I push Baba the baby and be walking around and things like that, you understand. So I had friends, but majority of my friends were still single. The ones that were around were those that were still single. So I was just in my place, because we all know, especially your first baby, guys, especially your first baby, my mom would not let me step out of the house to go anywhere to do anything unless it was for me going to go and vaccinate the baby till the baby was 6 months. It's even now that I'm seeing people give birth after 2 weeks, I see them carry their baby and walking around. When I gave birth to Caden, my soon to be 9-year-old, it was not like that. So I just found myself, I was always indoors. And then one thing about that particular period was that my husband used to travel a lot for work. So I'll be left in this big house empty alone with my newborn. The baby will cry, sleep, get up, I do everything. If my husband is not there, it's even more difficult, because at least when he's there, he can support you. The baby cries at night, today he can hold, tomorrow you hold, and just things like that. But it was not like that. It was almost like me being in this single mom era where I am doing every single thing, guys. It was whew. And then another thing that would really get to me is that people will come, a lot of people really don't care about you. And guys, it still happens. I felt like maybe it's only for something when it comes when the baby is still a newborn. But guys, my youngest is almost 5. Mara will be 5 in September. But people still do not care about you like that. When you have a baby, it's almost as if you become depersonalized. People don't see you like that anymore. They are more concerned with how they're picking them. I can remember the other day I went to the bank, because in one of my recent vlogs, I had to take Mara to the hospital. So I went to the bank. And when I went to the bank, the day I went to withdraw money to take her to the hospital, she was coughing. People at the bank were feeling concerned for her. So the next time I went back to the bank, before I even finished entering, everybody was like, how is Myra? How is Myra? How is Myra? And I'm like, oh my God, do people even think about me? Like, ask me how I'm doing first before asking about how is Myra? But you see, so you just feel like, oh my God, I'm depersonalized. Like people really don't care about you again. Their priority now is their children. My mom and her grandchildren are 5 and 6. It's true, my mom loves all her kids and she always check on us and she always be there for us. But you know, they play with her grandpicking them. I'm just trying to tell you people the things that bring up that loneliness, right? The things that bring up that loneliness for me. And part that makes me to feel even more lonely is that your priorities shift. Guys, I feel like we really need to sit down and think real hard before having kids, because for me, I feel like when you have a baby, you're supposed to give in your all. Because one, like I always say, the baby didn't ask to be born. You're the one who went and decided to have this baby. So you have to think if you're really ready, because when you have a baby, the priority is the baby. You want to ensure that the baby is fine. You want to ensure that everything is going fine with the baby. You want to ensure all those things. For that to be possible, you have to make the baby your priority. The baby has to come first in everything, every single thing. So you easily start losing yourself. Like, guys, I've talked about me losing myself so much. I completely lost myself when I got married, started having kids. I lost myself completely. I wasn't myself anymore. Like I always say here, before I got married, I was that girl who was on about the clothes, the nice things. Like I used to treat myself like a princess. I would not wait for people to treat me like a princess. I would pamper myself. Like I'm working my money, I would pamper myself. I'll take care of myself. But when I had this baby, I was just like, but where am I even going? What am I even doing? I'm just home. So I just lost myself and I just prioritized my kids before I came back to my senses. And I'm like, Kenna, what are you doing to yourself? You need to do better. And then I started working on myself. Yes, guys, just seeing that you put yourself, you're putting this person first. People are also putting this person first. You don't have their same lifestyle. You can't do the things you used to love before and all that. It just makes you to feel this empty void. Yes, you're always constantly having people by you. Like I'm always having 4 people by me, but there are so many times that I'll feel so lonely. I'll feel so empty, especially when you are like a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, right? You're a stay-at-home mom. You're not doing any business. You're not doing anything. You're not making any money. Your life is just to get up every day, ensure that your husband has breakfast, your kids have breakfast, your kids are fine, clean your house, do this, do that. There's that huge void. That is why I'm always like, please, just to make yourself feel good, try to do something. Like try to do something, even if it's that your husband is providing everything. Just try to do something for yourself. Because me having like my gift basket thing that I do on my YouTube or my other small businesses I'm doing, it just makes me to feel like, oh, but at least I have my own thing. At least my husband is growing in his career. My kids are getting more education. They're moving forward. Like I feel like, okay, all of us are moving forward. Because sometimes when I just used to sit and I'm just like, oh my God, so this is the way my life is supposed to be, and I am nowhere near where I would like to be. But just the fact that I can sit and do YouTube, right? I can do YouTube, something that is my own, something that is not the family's own. Like my YouTube is my own. I can come here, connect with other mothers, try to talk with people going through the same things as me. It just makes me to feel less lonely. Like I have so many YouTube friends. I talk to so many of you on Instagram. I talk to my YouTube friends. That has helped me a lot when it comes to that. But it doesn't still change the fact that I still feel really lonely. A lot of times I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot even tell you how many times I've gotten up in the morning and my husband is going to work and I'll just burst into tears. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I cry sometimes. I'm just like, oh my God, they'll go again. I'll be here in this empty house. Even when they're here, I'm still like, oh my God, the house is so empty. Life is just like, it's not giving. It's not giving. It's not easy, guys. I feel like a lot of women don't open up to the sour side of motherhood because it almost feels like you're not being grateful. A lot of women are out there looking for babies and then you have a child and then you're complaining. Like I remember I posted something on my Instagram about me, my morning routine with my kids. This follower on Instagram had come and written on it like, why are you complaining? Did anybody ask you to have children? If you do not want to live this life that you're living, you should have just not had children. And I'm like, that is the issue, because Me making this video now, just talking about the things that stress me out as a mom, somebody could easily come in there and it's like, why is this one complaining when so many women out there are looking for children? You have children and then now you're complaining. You don't have to complain, my dear. Just sit quiet, because the people who are supposed to be complaining are people who don't have children. So mothers tend to buckle up a lot, like keep a lot in them, because we just don't want to say how we really feel, because we don't know how the people in the outside are going to receive that. I don't know if that makes any sense. I see a lot of things like, oh, make friends with other mommies. Like when you have friends with other moms, I too have also said that, like, make friends with other moms, it's easier. But what you discover is, even when you make friends with these other moms, when people meet, you're not mostly talking about, oh, I went out this day. You're not talking about yourself. Majority of the time, you're talking about your kid. I'll just find myself saying, oh, Mara stopped pulling on her body when she was 1 year old. Oh, my own daughter did this. My own. So at the end of the day, you just feel like depersonalized, basically. Like I said, you just feel like, since I had these children, it's like I'm no other person. I am just a mom. That's all I am. And there's nothing wrong with just being a mom, but sometimes when you feel that way, it just gives you this vacuum. You just feel like, is there more to this? Is this all of me? So I'm not just going to come here and depress you and I'm like, oh my god, motherhood is this crazy thing that is horrible and it's stressing people out and all that. We all know, we talk about the joys of motherhood every single day. Before I go, I just want to tell you, if you're a mom who's going through this phase where you're feeling lonely as a mom and you feel like nobody understands you, just first of all know that I am here. Okay, we are here for each other. That is why I created this platform, for us to just be here for each other. We can talk about our struggles, because sometimes talking about the struggles just eases things. So that will go to my first point. The first thing is, I'll advise you to talk to people in your life about how you feel. You can never underestimate expressing yourself or expressing your feelings. When you start explaining to people, and these people you feel can understand how you're feeling like a mom, don't talk to somebody that the person will not understand like that.
Every woman wants to be a mom. What are you saying? How can you be lonely when you have these children? You cannot be lonely.
Those people that will basically not understand that you could have 1 million people around you, but you still feel lonely. You want to talk to somebody whom you feel will understand. If you're in the situation where you just gave birth and you're losing a lot of your friends are not coming close to you anymore because they're like, she's a mom now and I cannot do that. You want to explain to them how you feel. I really feel lonely sometimes. I really just want to chill and just probably watch movies or do something fun with my friends, but I cannot do that because you people are not available. It just breaks me down sometimes. You want to talk to your friends. I've seen a lot of cases where some friends, when a lady gets married, starts having kids, her other friends sometimes, they feel like they don't know where to fit themselves. So it's not like they're actively trying to avoid you, but it's just like, I don't know how to put myself. I don't know where to fit myself. I don't know how to react towards you. So I feel like to a great extent, it's your part to pull them and just be like, please come and visit me when you have free time. Come, let's have brunch. Let's do something. Let's spend a little time together, because that is going to ease a lot. It's going to make me not to go into depression, because it's just things like this things like this loneliness can easily build up and then you become depressed over time. The next thing I'll tell you to do is, don't let yourself go. Like I said, I was the queen of letting go. Don't let yourself go. Always try to identify something you like and do it. That way it reduces your sense of loneliness. Like I tell you guys, I'm obsessed with movies. That's why this channel was first of all a review channel. I'm obsessed with movies. I love watching movies, TV shows, everything. I just love them. It's just like my getaway. So I don't play with my movie time. Okay, I don't play with my movie time. I'm constantly watching my movies when I have free time. I'm constantly just doing that because I feel like it just suits me. It just makes me feel like, at least I've not completely lost myself. Look at those things that you feel like you really love to do and you might have stopped because you became a mother. I'm not talking about maybe you like going to the nightclub every night and then now you're a mother, you cannot go and you want to start going back to the nightclub. No, those things that you love doing that will not affect your baby. Obviously, just look for something you love and do it. Another thing that I say I love is just going out. I am not one of those people who really likes going out like that. Like, yes, I'll go out, I'll enjoy it, but it's not something I want to do all the time. When I have a chance to go out, best believe I'm going out, dressing good, looking good. I just feel happy when I do that. Like, it's one of those times that I can dress up, look good, go out and all that. So yeah, that for sure is something I like to do accept help. I've said it so many times. Being the best mother on earth, nobody's going to give you an award. You trying to do everything on your own, nobody's going to give you an award. I learned this pretty fast, and I would take help anytime I could get. At that time, Kerry used to come here a lot. If Kerry just offers a hand, I'm just like, please come and help me. I'm not about to kill myself. So anytime you get offered help and you need it, take it. Even if they are not offering, if you have somebody that you know can help you. God knows when I used to get stressed, I'm just like, hello, please, I'm dying, can you come and help me? And she's going to come and help me. So there's no shame in asking for help. It's good. Maybe you're somebody who likes to be indoors, but sometimes just remaining in your four walls every day, you're just in your house. Sometimes you feel like you're going to go crazy. It doesn't necessarily have to be something big. You could still just be like, okay, let me go for walks. You could still be like, let's go out as a family, let's go for pizza, let's just do something. Just try to organize things. Don't remain only inside your house, because the more you sit inside your house, you just feel like you're cut off of the rest of the world, and then you feel lonelier. So you want to try to get involved, like organized outings, try to go out. You could just decide like, okay, at least every month I'll go out at least once or twice, and you organize yourself and you do that. You're going to feel a lot better. And the last thing is, let's let go of unrealistic standards. Don't come online or on TikTok and you're like, see this woman, her life is so perfect. Don't come here and you're like, oh, Kina's life is so perfect, she's so organized, like everything is just going easy. No, don't think that. Just give yourself grace. Know that everybody has their journey to motherhood. If you come now and you see me, I'm organized, you don't know how I got there. Everybody has their own way. Just give yourself grace. Okay, if you're tired, let it be. Just do the basics. If you know that it's exhausting, you're feeling exhausted, you're too tired, you cannot do this, please just do the basics. It's better. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. It's so funny because a lot of people don't understand when I say this. I'm a mom and I feel so lonely. A lot of them are like, Kenna, you're just being dramatic. It doesn't make any sense. So what is your journey with motherhood? Have you ever felt lonely as a mom, or you have never felt it? To you, everything has always just been good? Let me know in the comment section. But one thing I can tell you for sure, if you're probably a new mom and you're just getting into this thing called motherhood and you're feeling like I was not ready, it's just for you to know that it gets better. It gets better. As the kids are getting older, it gets way better, because at least you start seeing that, okay, so these people, they're not completely dependent. No, they're still dependent on you, but it's better because at least now I can tell Myra, go and bring me water to drink. If she wants to drink water, I can tell her, go and take your water and drink. If she wants a snack, I can tell her, go and get your snack. So it's going to get better. Don't just lose yourself while you're going through this. That said, guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Are there any motherhood content in particular that you would like to see on this channel? Are there any topics that you want us to talk on this channel? Please just let me know. That said, thank you guys very much for watching today's video, and I am going to see you on my next. Okay, love you guys. Bye.